Once upon a time, in a quaint little village, nestled between lush green hills and a sparkling river, there lived a sweet girl known as Little Red Riding Hood. She was called so because of the vibrant crimson cloak her grandmother had sewn for her, a gift that wrapped her in warmth and love. This enchanting garment became her signature, and whenever she donned it, she felt a surge of confidence and bravery. One sunny morning, as the birds chirped melodiously and the flowers danced in the gentle breeze, Little Red Riding Hood's mother asked her to deliver a basket of goodies to her ailing grandmother, who lived deep in the heart of the forest. The basket was filled with delicious treats, freshly baked bread, sweet honey, and a jar of her grandmother's favorite jam. With a heart full of excitement and a sense of adventure, she set off on her journey, her red cloak billowing behind her like a flag of courage. As she walked, the forest enveloped her in its beauty. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting playful shadows on the ground. The air was fragrant with the scent of pine and wildflowers, and the soft rustle of leaves provided a soothing melody. Little Red Riding Hood admired the vibrant colors around her, her imagination painting pictures of fairies and woodland creatures dancing among the trees. She felt invincible, a brave heroine on a quest. However, the forest held secrets, and lurking within its depths was a cunning wolf. With keen eyes, the wolf observed Little Red Riding Hood as she skipped along the path, blissfully unaware of the danger that lay ahead. He approached her with a charming smile, masking his true intentions. "Where are you off to, little girl?" he inquired, his voice smooth like honey. "I'm going to visit my grandmother," she replied, her innocent eyes shining with trust. "She's not feeling well, and I have a basket of treats for her." The wolf's mind raced with devious thoughts. He knew the quickest way to reach the grandmother's house was to take a shortcut through the forest. "Why don't you pick some flowers for your grandmother?" he suggested, his tone dripping with feigned kindness. "I'm sure she would love them." Little Red Riding Hood, enchanted by the idea, wandered off the path, her eyes sparkling with the vibrant colors of the wildflowers. As she collected a bouquet, the wolf dashed ahead, reaching the grandmother's house before she could even return to the path. With a swift knock, he entered, finding the old woman resting in bed. In a matter of moments, he had devised a plan, swallowing the grandmother whole and disguising himself in her nightgown and cap. When Little Red Riding Hood finally arrived, she noticed the door was ajar. A shiver of unease crept up her spine, but she brushed it off, attributing it to her imagination. "Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood," she called as she entered the dimly lit room. The figure in the bed stirred, and she approached, her heart pounding with a mix of concern and curiosity. "Come closer, my dear," the wolf croaked, his voice a poor imitation of the grandmother's. "I'm so glad you're here." As she drew near, she began to notice the oddities. "But grandmother, what big eyes you have!" she exclaimed, her voice trembling slightly. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the wolf replied, a sly grin forming. "But grandmother, what big ears you have!" she continued, backing away. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," he said, his voice dripping with malice. "And what big teeth you have!" she gasped, her heart racing. "All the better to eat you with." The wolf lunged, but Little Red Riding Hood, fueled by the courage her cloak bestowed upon her, quickly grabbed a nearby broom and swung it fiercely. The wolf yelped in surprise, and with a burst of adrenaline, she dashed out of the house, calling for help. In that moment, her bravery shone brighter than any cloak. The villagers heard her cries and rushed to her aid, chasing the wolf away. Little Red Riding Hood learned an important lesson that day. Courage comes not only from the garments we wear, but from the strength within us. She returned home, her heart full of gratitude for her family and the kindness of her village, forever transformed by her adventure in the forest.